ਤਾਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਰੱਖੀ ਦਮ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਵਖਾ ਕੇ ਗੰਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਦੇ ਸੁੱਟਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਦੇ ਰਮ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਦੇ ਸੁੱਟਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਦੇ ਰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਤਾਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਰੱਖੀ ਦਮ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਵਖਾ ਕੇ ਗੰਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਦੇ ਸੁੱਟਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਦੇ ਰਮ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਦੇ ਸੁੱਟਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਦੇ ਰਮ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਰੈਡ ਡਾਟ ਲਾਏ ਮੱਥੇ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਆ ਸ਼ਾਟ ਗਾਣੇ ਸੁਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਖੀ ਹੋਲ
Yeah, I'm from a city where the go-getters get that go quick and get that guapole, both money and the chicks. Nobody has a monopoly over grinding. Some people pull the clips out with no rhyming. They the pushers, but I don't have malice though. They smoke everything without touching the chalice though. I tried to give a damn, ain't nobody want it though. So I held on to it and took it personal. I lived around crack dealers and preachers. Street graduates becoming the teachers. Politicians talking they couldn't reach us. So we becoming the 6 o'clock features. Don't study me, you won't graduate. But my life's good money, you can't tabulate. Get that dough, but hold your head high. Your piece ain't enough, we deserving the whole pie.
Dear Mr. Parker, you made me this monster. Cause what don't kill me makes me strong. And I decide where I belong. Dear Miss Mahel, you got something to tell ya. If they never made you, they can never break you. Just remain the real you. You decide your fate.
If you can't take the heat, then why you got your hand out? In Hell's Kitchen, the regular never stand out. In high school, they told me I wouldn't be nothing. Wouldn't make it out of turf, wouldn't see nothing. They saw my gang and made up their mind quick. But I would never let the evil in their mind stick. Furthermore, some of the hoodlums I ran with are doctors and lawyers. Trick, I hope you're feeling it. Watching us on the television with your daughters. Say cheese, girl, wave to your father. While his life is welcome back, Carter. I'm at the ACC with Sean Carter. Backstage thinking, look at my life now. I done did good, got a house in a white town. Just so that whenever them white folks talk, they gotta respect the rapper who bought the whole block.
Dear Mr. Parker, you made me this monster. Cause what don't kill me makes me strong. And I decide where I belong. Dear Miss Mahel, you got something to tell ya. If they never made you, they can never break you. Just remain the real you. You decide your fate.
The teachers got the kids from 9 to 3, but we got them 24/7 and they IPOD. So respect my POV. When I'm filling their ears with love, that's on me. See my driver in the fancy car, that's on me. But it is only a fraction of who I be. Never leave my common sense like no ID. What my daddy told me got me into VIP. You see?
Dear Mr. Parker, you made me this monster. Cause what don't kill me makes me strong. And I decide where I belong. Dear Miss Mahel, you got something to tell ya. If they never made you, they can never break you. Just remain the real you. You decide your fate. Cause what don't kill me makes me strong. And I decide where I belong. Dear Miss Mahel, you got something to tell ya. If they never made you, they can never break you. Just remain the real you. You decide your fate.
Welcome to another episode of the Cymarshall Law Show. This is episode 113. Sounds like a good number to me. How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone's full of good, positive energy and good vibrations. Let's start off the show as we usually do with our prayers for ourselves and the universe. We're going to do this together. Universal God, great architect, the all, Jah, cosmic intelligence. Thank you for allowing all of us to wake up today with a sense of purpose. Thank you for our inner peace. Thank you for our knowledge of self. Thank you for our healthy and strong brains. Thank you for our healthy and strong hearts. Thank you for our healthy and strong livers. Thank you for our healthy and strong kidneys. Thank you for all of our healthy and strong organs. We do appreciate. Thank you for today's opportunities that you'll bless us with. Thank you for giving us the eyes and sense to know when to make a right decision and when something is for us and when something isn't for us. Thank you for good vibrations, positive energy. Thank you for wealth, health, success, blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. Thank you for today. We are blessed. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now let's get into it. We're at episode, this is 113. Yep. And today's episode is this show is called Make Something. It's law number 6 out of my book, Cymarshall Law, I Still Love Her, The 52 Laws of Freedom, the Psyography. Get that on Amazon or on my Bandcamp. So we're going to start out with, I'm going to go for the book reading first, and then I'll get into talking about the topic, Make Something. So here goes. Make something. I tell my children to make something, to create something almost every day. It doesn't matter if it is as small as making your bed in the morning or making $1 million deal. The point is that every day people waste valuable time, whether it is on social media, arguing pointless debates, or spending time doing things that may only bring them happiness for a moment. The crime, after a day of doing things that will never change your personal life vastly or the world for the better, you have lost yet another precious day on this earth. We were born to create and build anew for the next generation to be better than us. How will you be remembered when your time is up? What is the price tag you would put on your time? You may be able to get a significant other back, a house back, a car back, or a job, but you will never be able to get your time back. Make a friend, make a picture, make a plan, make an opportunity. It doesn't matter what it is. Every day, make something that will draw you closer to your goal. I've had people literally tell me their friends didn't understand why I gained so many opportunities to perform overseas, or didn't understand why I had several successes. They felt they were just as good an artist, some even in drunken stupors admitting to me they were envious of things I had accomplished. Meanwhile, not realizing I additionally had 3 children, 4 now, and I was raising them at home while simultaneously doing all of the work they were envious of. Instead of looking at what other people had, I've always worked to get my own and realize my own dreams. I would never be jealous of a man or woman that decided they wanted to make something for themselves in life, then went out and did the actual work to get the rewards they desired. I didn't get any handouts, and everything I gained, I got out of the mud. What person with a clear heart would not like that? God bless the child that has his own. Invest more than money. Invest your time and effort in your growth and independence. What will you make today? Will you spend your time creating the life you want? In the end, people with integrity will be inspired by your light, not tainted by it. The verse. Live while you can, hook and verse 1. So many questions remain, and more problems with every answer you gain. When the world doesn't change and every day seems the same, better play like this is your only chance in the game. Live while you can live, dance in the rain. A reason for it even if you didn't ask for the pain. Get through the storm and they'll remember your name. Keep your eyes on the prize and brain on your aim. The food America throws away in one day could feed the rest of the world. So I pray for every man, woman, boy, and girl who won't eat tonight because the world is twisted. No, you might be broke, but to some you're a rich kid. So every meal I eat, I say thank you before it. Why do some have to die? Others stay alive. I wonder. Appreciate your blessings if you're wise, my brother. Because every 3 seconds, someone dies of hunger. First, just ideas manifested my fears. The price of a missile could feed a school of kids for 5 years. If you can, start taking yours, cause even those who make the rules are breaking laws. Don't put your faith in a system with blatant flaws. And no, they'll never open if you don't knock on doors. Better get your umbrella. When it rains, it pours. Appreciate what you got and start taking yours. The breakdown. 1. The food America throws away in one day could feed the rest of the world. So I pray for every man, woman, boy, and girl who won't eat tonight because the world is twisted. I know you might be broke, but to some, you're a rich kid. I start my verse off with this sentence because people still being homeless and hungry is a truth that helped me get to the point of life not being fair immediately. When I was younger, I was shocked at how badly society can lack empathy for others in less fortunate positions. The quicker you realize that life was never meant to be fair, the faster you will understand that while you have the time, you should make haste in living while you can and doing the things that make you happy. 2. So every meal I eat, I say thank you before it. Why do some have to die, others stay alive? I wonder. The most effective form of prayer is saying thank you. When someone appreciates you or a gift you have given, it automatically makes you want to give more. When I pray to God, it is always a series of multiple thank yous I'm dishing out. Before every meal I eat, I say thank you to the universal gods, and it even makes the food taste better. Every morning on my podcast, the Cymarshall Law Show, I start with a prayer for myself and my listeners. It has become a ritual for the show. It turns out it's also some people's favorite part of the show because they understand prayer is powerful. 3. Appreciate your blessings if you're wise, my brother, cause every 3 seconds someone dies of hunger. First, just ideas manifested my fears. The price of a missile could feed a school of kids for 5 years. I remember writing this song and wanting some harsh facts for the music. Finding out that every 3 seconds someone dies of hunger was almost unbelievable, considering how many wealthy people there are in the world. 4. If you can, start taking yours, cause even those who make the rules are breaking laws. Don't put your faith in a system with blatant flaws, and it'll never open if you don't knock on doors. Better get your umbrella. When it rains, it pours. Appreciate what you got and start taking yours. Excuses are a disease for some people. So my point of these lines was to state while you're making so-called good excuses for why you can't go out and make your dreams come true, there are some people out there breaking the rules so their dreams can come true. I wouldn't suggest breaking any laws to make your dreams come true, but I am saying life is what you make it. Making a way where there wasn't one before to get where you need to go will always be done, as somebody has to be first. I came up in a time where everybody was rapping real hard, but now I can't tell these rappers apart. I came to compete, though my brain it hurts. I'm a bucket spray. I brought enough heat to make the rain reverse and go the other way. Y'all don't know what to do, looking wobbly, but I'm a top MC coming true like a prophecy. I'm not giving up, though the game it seems trash. I'ma fight like playing Power Stone on Dreamcast. These dudes are my sons, I try to keep class, but if it comes to it, I'm burning my seeds like cheap grass. The king Messiah, I rap for real, you better learn and train. I spit fire like the back of the Batmobiles burst to flame. These dudes are less, I think they're applying pressure, but I wasn't sweating a sweater in 100-degree weather. Wearing a leather, playing soccer, scoring a header. I'm the measure, the treasure can't end me, I am forever. You tried to flex when you were Tyrone. Storm from the X-Men couldn't make a cyclone. And if you thought I wouldn't leave this mic blown, you probably thought you could call God with your iPhone. I rap like my mom, cussing over percussion. Who you jumping? I'm on point like Jalen Brunson. You better leave the chat when I join the discussion. This ever-living sound, we always getting into something.
Yeah, and if you got it confused, well, it's bad news, cause ain't nobody playing with you. They been acting brand new, that's the damn truth. But ain't nobody playing with you. Hold up, You know the spotlight's so bright, forged by the fire like a diamond in the sunlight. Right, so if you got it confused, well, that's bad news, 'cause ain't nobody playing with you.
I'm not really feeling this comedy rap. Ever living gon' help bring the quality back. With homegrown skills you probably lack. With those weak rhymes you making a mockery jack. I try quitting, ain't nothing stopping these tracks. So now I'll just teach you all how to properly rap. No clickbait, so you can follow me back. What you getting for streams is robbery scraps. They better start paying up properly facts. Times is tough for the artist, so it gotta be that. If you continue to do things the wrong way, for you and your people, it's gonna be a long day. I ain't impressed if you don't hear my song play. Oh, see, I'll go to the crib and smoke a strong J and think up ways to find another form of pay. I'ma keep riding, I'm going all the way.
Yeah, and if you got it confused, well, that's bad news, 'cause ain't nobody playing with you. They been acting brand new, that's the damn truth. But ain't nobody playing with you. Hold up, you know the spotlight's so bright, forged by the fire like a diamond in the sunlight. Right, so if you got it confused, well, that's bad news, 'cause ain't nobody playing with you.
You know my favorite part of the movie Troy? You know, the one with Brad Pitt? I think that's what it's called. It's when he was Achilles, Brad Pitt played Achilles. He was about to ride away to war, and a little kid stopped him, and he said something along the lines of, "You're not scared?" And Achilles stopped, as he was about to ride away on his horse, and he looked at the little kid, and he said, "That's why no one will ever remember your name." Shh. Yikes. That was harsh. But these are the facts. The most beautiful gift that we were ever given is the power to create, is the power to make something. Every day, whether we know it or not, we are creating. But it's what are you able to consciously create so you can consciously create your future and manifest the reality you want. We give ourselves all types of excuses as to why we can't create. We're too busy, we don't have the money, we don't have the time, we have kids, this, that, and the third. But as we're making all the excuses for ourselves, there's somebody out there getting it done. There's always going to be someone with the same load as you doing more. There's always going to be someone doing less, but your excuse that it can't be done, you have to throw that out the window because you're an unlimited being. There's nothing that you can't do. You can literally do anything and everything with your mind and heart in the right place. One of my favorite books, a very simple book, but one of my favorite books is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And I don't know if anyone knows what an alchemist is, but in short, an alchemist is someone who's able to make something from nothing. So there's all different types of alchemists. But if you're able to create something that didn't exist prior to you, then you're connected to the universe in very special ways. We have all these powers, but we don't really give ourselves credit for how powerful we actually are because we are unlimited beings. There's literally nothing we can't do. Every day with the decisions that we make, we're like painting a picture of our future. Every single decision. You got to get up and make some. A lot of people are out there with dreams and goals and ambitions that they've never really attained because they were too scared to, because they felt like they didn't have the opportunity. But I'm here to tell you that that opportunity is here right now. Sometimes you just got to step out and be bold. It's like all these possible synchronicities that could happen, all these things that could get us to where to that place where we want to go, but we have to be bold. Sometimes we just have to put ourselves out there and try something new, or talk to someone we feel like we should be talking to, or just try a new opportunity. I believe a good part of life is about what you can learn from the things you create. It's not necessarily about you creating, it's what you turn into as you're creating something. Because whenever I do a painting, I write a rhyme, whatever it is, I'm actually going through some type of transformation from the beginning to the end. I'm no longer the same person I was at the start, and that could be for anything that I'm making. You got to remember, every creation, everything you make, no matter how small, is a reflection of your unique perspective, and it also has the potential to make a significant impact somewhere else in your life. You have to keep creating. You have to keep making. Keep leaving your mark on the world. Your creativity is actually your gift to the world, and everybody has something different to give. When I make something, I feel more alive than I ever feel any other time. The closest it might be like actual sex, or when I used to play sports, that rush of adrenaline. When I've created something and I've finished creating it, when I've finished making something, I'm able to see what I've become because of what I've created. There's nothing like that. So that feeling of making something makes you as a person grow. It makes you more confident about your life and who you are, just knowing that you were able to pull something from nothing. You were the alchemist. You were able to pull something from nowhere, and now you have this thing. And if you keep creating, you just get more and more confident, because you're a master of something. So you keep creating paintings, you keep writing, you keep whatever it is you keep making. After a while, you look at yourself and you're like, yo, I've literally transformed myself into something completely different than who I was or what I was in the beginning. I feel like the fire inside of me is where the innovation comes from. The fire inside, like my emotions are where I get the drive to make something. And I feel like a lot of people miss out on that because for whatever reason, not everyone has fire inside of them. No, that's a lie. Everyone does have fire inside of them, but some people just know how to bring it out, and some people never knew how to bring it out. And because they don't know how to bring it out, they are never really driven to create things, to make things. And because they're never driven to create or make things, they never know the joy of that either. The confidence gained by creating a skill because you keep making something over and over again. The act of making anything, creating, is like a deep personal journey. It's like a journey into our own minds, like a quest to uncover the hidden treasures within our own souls. Every stroke of a brush, every note of a melody, every word on the page is a reflection of who we are. It's like a window to our thoughts, to our dreams, to our fears and our hopes. It's like a mirror that reflects our innermost selves to the world. I don't know, creativity is not just about self-expression either. It's about like a connection. It's about reaching out to others, about touching their hearts, their minds, about inspiring them to see the world in like a new light. Another reason why you want to make things or make something is because, there are two types of people in the world. Buyers or consumers. So you're either taking the money out of your wallet to make somebody else rich, or you're accepting the money from somebody because you made something and you can sell it to them and they're making you rich. Who you gonna be? Most people see making something as work. But the people that do decide to make things, they're usually the bosses. They're usually the people that run the world. If you look down your street now, more than likely the richest people on your street are the ones that own businesses. They were the ones that went out and made something. They're the ones with the employees. They're the ones selling. They're not the buyers. They're not the consumers. They're the sellers. They've went out and made something with their lives, and tangibly, they probably made something as well that they can sell you. When you make things, I believe they enhance your mental health as well. When you engage in creative I believe when you make things, it can enhance your mental health as well. Engaging in creative activities like anything, could be painting or woodworking. I feel like creating or making something also enhances your mental health. When you engage in activities, no matter what it is, you always grow. What you could be reading, you could be painting, and whenever you're using your brain, clearly you're enhancing. Making something is a beautiful thing. It's very healthy. I believe it definitely enhances mental health. Whenever I read or I paint, whatever it is, I feel like my brain is actually working. So I know it's enhancing my mental health. I feel like I'm working. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and your body, the blood is just flowing. You just feel better. So when you're making something, I feel like it makes your mind just feel better about you and about life. And sort of like the gym as well, when you're making something, for me, it reduces stress and anxiety. And when I am not creating, I feel like that's when it's the easiest for me to get bent out of shape. I always have to be, me personally, I always have to be creating something. It boosts my self-esteem. When I do make something and people like it, you know what I'm saying? They let you know they appreciate your work. It gives you opportunity to get some praise that you probably deserve. And if you're not creating anything, if you're not making anything, you're just sitting there liking everybody else's stuff. And, you know what I'm saying, probably watching something that someone else made and seeing them get all the props that you could probably be getting some of too if you decided to, you know what I'm saying, make something yourself. It just creates a positive identity about yourself. Like, he's the person who makes this. She's the person who makes that. And it's like you've transformed yourself into this being that you were not before, because now you can make something that was not there before. Create, my friends. It's all about making something. Just make something. Every day, make something. You could make someone smile. You could make someone laugh. You could make a joke, a picture, whatever it is. Just make sure that you're making the world a better place, and what you're creating for today affects your tomorrow for the better. Make something, my friends. Make something.
We love when I stand up and they identify the divine powers of the Most High.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we could try to make sure no say the eye no get no hurt from the battlefield from you in a young stage they come up.
Yes, sir.
Until when you take on to yourself and journey in a different levels.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm praise and suffering in the army.
Yes, sir.
Everyone go to us and come forward.
Yeah, we're there.
Whoa, whoa.
From everlasting to everlasting.
Yeah.
His Majesty.
Rastafari fill my cup all when it empty. So me not fi fret and worry about no Bentley. Empress me then share the blessings and it plenty. Not fi program with no ego, nah no envy. I love Rastafari. Yeah. I love Rastafari. Yeah. Oh yeah. From me eye they and me need them. Me a burn up every heathen. I love Rastafari. Yeah.
Truth you know love you. Job you on a mission evidently. Me give thanks for be your mother from the womb you got the fire. So me stuck up with the prayers with the journey. Everything you got you know you get because you earn it. Hail His Majesty the King of Kings worthy. Now you bingy picnic them no nerdy. Rock of ages sturdy. Chant again me son they make them hear it.
I love Rastafari. Yeah. I love Rastafari. Yeah. Oh yeah. From my eye they and me need them. Me a burn up every heathen. I love Rastafari. Yeah, yeah. Rasta man a come fi burn them inna the 1 2 hard. A Babylon burn up inna the fire when me try through on. Yeah, dash a fire inna the church, it all a confused pastor. Go a bingy with me son and with me brand new daughter.
If you are enjoying the show, you know what to do. Please click subscribe. I appreciate all the love I've been receiving on the show. You know, the show's been doing better than it's ever done before since I brought it back. So I appreciate everyone who's been streaming, downloading, sharing the show. I really appreciate. We're going to get this show all the way to the top. Promise you that. So let's get into the week's news. So just to shoot from the hip, from what I've been seeing all week, I took a couple notes. So the first thing that I saw is Joe Biden officially signs the TikTok ban into law. The reason why I'm kind of confused about this, besides the obvious reasons, is that I'm seeing presidential campaigning things on TikTok. So how are you trying to ban it but simultaneously using it? Are you saying that only you can use it the way you see fit? And then to go further on, what about freedom of speech? That's the obvious elephant in the room. How you gonna ban, like, their reasoning is just they're saying it's for our safety, but nothing about what they're saying feels right. Nothing. To move on, a new report finds that only 26% of Americans actually get an 8-hour sleep. Yo, I could have told you that without doing no study. Like, who has time for 8 hours every night? Who has time? You come home from work. If you have a family, you got to make dinner, maybe do homework with the kids, maybe take kids to practice, maybe watch a show, this, that, and other. By the time you look up, it's like 11 o'clock or midnight. And then more than likely, you have to get up by 5 a.m., 6 a.m. for your job. And that's saying that if you can get like a full night's sleep, which most of us don't, then maybe you can get like 6-7 hour sleep. But no, I don't really know anyone that consistently gets an 8-hour sleep. So a report that 26% of Americans actually get 8 hours of sleep, that makes a lot of sense. I know a lot of people. A new friend the other day said online she would rather be struck by a bolt of lightning than a cup of coffee. Some mornings, that's how I feel. Although I'm trying to wean myself off of coffee because I only started drinking coffee like in my early 30s. Because one day I really needed to stay up, and I before that I didn't think coffee even worked. So I was like, let me test this out, because I was driving back from New York and I had to stay up. So I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, got me a coffee. Yo, that coffee had me up for like 3 days straight. Ever since then, I've been like, yeah, coffee works. But I'm trying to wean myself off of it. Anyhow, more news. Every single airline is now responsible for refunding passengers for the canceled and delayed flights with cash on site. Yo, imagine, like, I suppose they're gonna have a lot of cash on site, because suppose a flight getting canceled and you having to refund 200, 300 people's payments right there on the spot. Like, that's crazy. And flights get canceled all the time, so I don't really understand the reasoning, like why this was able to happen. I'm happy it will happen because I definitely want my cash, but it feels like airlines have been put in a quagmire. It's kind of crazy. Going on, Voyager 1 is sending usable data again for the first time since breaking down nearly 50 years ago into deep space. It's trying to study Jupiter and Saturn, so it's now talking to us again. When I read that, the only thing I thought was Netflix's new show 3 Body Problem. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Homegirl found a way to communicate with aliens, and she basically was like, come and take over the planet. And they were like, are you sure you want this? And she was like, yeah, the planet is like a disaster, come and take it. And they were like, bet, we're coming. So I just say that, we're always communicating or trying to communicate with the deep space abyss, this, that, and other. Suppose the abyss starts talking back one day. These people are crazy. Speaking of that, a mutant bacteria was recently found on the International Space Station. Come again? A mutant bacteria? I mean, that's like the other day I heard the International Space Station, a rock from it flew all the way from space into someone in Florida's house and went through, ceiling, went through a floor, landed on the first floor of their house. Madness is going on out there. Making your bed makes you 206% more likely to become a millionaire. Listen, I try to tell people this all the time. My parents played no games. Like, my mom used to keep me in the house all day if my bed wasn't spread during the summer. And I mean that. Like, I remember being traumatized if my bed wasn't spread and I tried to go outside. So nowadays, my bed is always spread, but I just know, I feel like when you have a clear head, it comes from you starting the day by having a clean bed. So I always try to start my days with spread. Not always, I do start every single day with spreading my bed, and you should too. It helps. They say clean head, clean life. Milan is banning ice cream and pizza after midnight. Dang! Sucks to be y'all. Harry Styles, stalker arrested for sending him 8,000 cards. Dang. Scientists reveal world's largest digital camera the size of a car, and it's aiming to unlock the secrets of the universe. If they're secrets, they might not want to be unlocked. You might want to leave that alone. Anyone see the Lyrid meteor shower this week? It was on April 22nd. I didn't see it. I just heard about it. Right now, there's an active volcano in Antarctica that is spewing $6,000 worth of gold dust on a daily basis. I don't even understand that one, to be honest. I know Antarctica is supposed to be, primarily ice. Then I was hearing earlier this year flowers are blooming in Antarctica. Now I'm hearing that there's an active volcano in Antarctica. I just feel like there's a lot of secrets in Antarctica. I know they have pyramids there. So all throughout my life when learning about pyramids, no one ever said anything about pyramids in Antarctica. Now all of a sudden there's pyramids in Antarctica. There's there's volcanoes spewing. So it's a madness out there. Moving right along, X, formerly known as Twitter, plans to charge new accounts to post. I'll tell you right now, if I didn't already have an X account, I would not be signing up to post anything. I don't understand how these platforms want to have you pay them for your original thoughts. Alright, moving right along. NYC has raised their minimum wage for Uber Eats from $5.39 to $20. I didn't even know they were getting paid $5 an hour. I thought that would have been a crime, but I guess not. How do you even go like, what happened to the incremental jump? You didn't go from $5 an hour to 10 or 10 to 15. You went from $5.39 to 20. That means you knew you was doing them wrong. And then someone, I guess, caught up with you. I don't know. Anyhow, Boeing plans to sell flying cars by 2030. What year was the Jetsons, the cartoon, when that was coming on? What year did they say they were in? That's a good question for me to find out, because they had flying cars already. I wonder if, anyway, so yeah, that is the show for today. I appreciate everyone listening. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend filled with love and positive energy, laughter, insights, joy, great communication, maturity, creativity. I hope that you guys have the best weekend of your lives. I'm going to end the show with our quote of the day based on the show's topic today. So our quote of the day is, creation is a better means of self-expression than possession. It is through creating, not possessing, that life is revealed. And that's by Vida D. Scooter. I'll read it again. Creation is a better means of self-expression than possession. It is through creating, not possessing, that life is revealed. My name is Cymarshall Law. This has been another episode of the Cymarshall Law Show. I'll see y'all next week. Peace, love, and positive energy. We out like that.